Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how the return from the break goes. I mean, I think every team sort of rotated their rosters over the last 3 weeks, or 5 weeks. So we're just trying to get a sense of where everyone is at. And yeah, I mean, it should be a good match. Hopefully, we can sort of settle into the game early and sort of dictate the game, but it's a really good side that they have, and should be two teams just battling for possession. But yeah, it'll be interesting just because it's been such a long break. So we'll see how the 90 minutes go.
You mentioned the rotating and the summer games. You guys ended the summer really positively with a 4-0 win against Chivas. What's the key to taking the momentum from that game against an unfamiliar opponent into this game against somebody that you know a little bit better?
I mean, you don't really take momentum because you know, it's a very different vibe of a game compared to a season game. So if anything, it just got players that maybe haven't gotten a lot of minutes, so that now we know where they stand, and we have them going into the second half of the season feeling good about their performances. But from a team perspective, it's great to get a result. But I think that the last 5 weeks has been more about an individual perspective and getting players caught up to speed, trying some new things, and you know see what we did and how that can potentially translate to the league. But we're not, it'll be on a game by game basis to see how we want to play against an opposition or what they're giving us. But yeah, if anything, it's individual, not a team thing.
One of the individuals that ended the first half of the season really well was Manaka. She had 5 games in a row with a goal contribution. Seeing her be able to be such a game-changing player, game in and game out, at such a young age, just what have you really enjoyed about her game this season?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I'd probably say it since she's been here. I think she's just maturing. I think we put too much emphasis on, her point streak. She's 20, 21, and I think that type of stuff just adds pressure. I don't like to talk about it, to be quite honest. I just worry about the individual player and the performance that she's giving and how we can help her, because all that stuff in today's world is just more and more pressure. So it's good to see her in a good flow. If anything, it just draws more attention to her, which means other players around her have to sort of balance it out. But yeah, I think she's performing well. She's playing with confidence, but with success comes pressure. And our job, myself as a team, staff, club, is to not put any more added pressure on her by touting it too much.
You have, and you try and kind of balance that pressure. How much do you lean on the veteran players who have been through those moments and kind of experienced the pressure maybe more frequently over their careers? Do you lean on like a Sully or someone to really be that mentor in that situation?
No, I think it's just part of the evolution. I think we don't talk about it. I think it's just you do the normal day to day. You watch and observe the player and see how they're carrying themselves, and if there's anything that stands out that's out of the norm, then you can address it with that player or whoever you have to address it with. But I don't like to get the veterans. They have enough stuff on their mind that they shouldn't have to manage that. If it's a negative thing, then the player's job is to manage the locker room, which they do a great job of with our leaders, and I wouldn't even say our leaders, but even our young ones, the team as a whole. But with those types of things with pressures, you just observing the players' behaviors, and if you see something that stands out, then you can address it. But sometimes I don't want to address it just because there may be nothing, and then you're adding something, and now it gets them thinking in a negative way. So everything's fine. I mean, she's got a smile on her face. You just let her be, and try not to coach her too much, because then that takes away from the freedom that she plays with.
Very I think I had a really underrated ending of the first half season was Riley Jackson. She's had a lot more minutes this year. It's kind of her second full season as a pro. Just what have you thought of her growth this season?
Yeah, I think when we signed her, it's for these moments, and she's still young, and she's a student of the game. She wants to get better every single day. She puts a lot of pressure on herself, like all these players do, but she's a thoughtful player, which is good. We're still trying to balance out some things that we want to have her slow down with, because her mind is always working. So if we could slow that down, but on the ball, she's fantastic. She's calm. She's a good passer of the ball. She sees the game, first line, second line, beyond. Her defensive responsibilities have gotten better. The key thing overall is that she's just understood the fitness component of the league compared to last year after coming off an injury. So last year was sort of a lost year, whereas this year she understood it. She came in, she's fit, she's growing into her body. but yeah, Riley's got a tremendous upside, and she's already starting to fill that cup. So yeah, I'm happy to see it. I would like to also balance it out a little bit and give her some rest too, because you don't want to put too much wear and tear on a young kid's legs. But that's what players like Danny and Sully being in there, but we have the ability to now give her a little bit of a break when needed, because it's going to be a long, hard stretch over the next 12 weeks. So we have to make sure we keep our players as fresh as possible.